Hi everybody, this is Julie Quinn. I'm going to create a quick video to show you how to use your Canvas inbox feature. In a prior video, I had already created one that showed you how to map your the inbox in Canvas to your Nova email and how to do that with the student. So if you haven't looked at that one, I'll do that first and then I'll show you how to navigate the inbox. So you want to make sure that the inbox feature doesn't work exactly like email. It's sort of a mix between an email and like a text message. So certain LMSs have this feature, and Blackboard had not exactly the same. You couldn't get messages into Blackboard this way, but you could send messages from Blackboard to an inbox. So this is sort of a marriage of like this and desire to learn. So what you've got here is this feature that you can then train to push emails, and you can ask your students to do the same thing. So you can show them this video as well if you want to, or attach this video in your classroom space. So one of the things that everybody should do is go into their account, click on notifications, and then under conversations, you'll see conversations is the equivalent of this inbox. So make sure that you check all of these over here on the left-hand side, not the X's, but push the check over. And it just says send to your email address. So your students will have their email.vccs. You'll have your .nova. And what you then do here is you're saying anything that a student does from inbox will get pushed to your faculty email. When your students choose the same settings, the same will happen for them. Anything, if you just want to reach out to your students from inbox versus SIS, you could find their name in the inbox feature, and then you can have your email sent to theirs, as long as they change these settings right here. Again, you can see how it says the email address. You may only have one of these columns, not the second set. The reason why I have two is that I have enabled Canvas for teachers on my iPad, and so this is a push notification for all devices. So when I'm using my iPad and I toggle this over here in conversations, if a student sends me an email, I get a notification on my iPad. The same thing will happen if you're using it on your phone. So whether you're using an Android phone or an Apple phone, if you do Canvas for teachers, you'll get the second column, and your students will as well. If they have Canvas for students and they enable it on their phone or their iPad, they have the option to have it sent via notifications from the app and through email. So notifications for app, notifications for Nova email right here, email address. Okay, so that's that one setting. Okay, so you can see here now I've clicked on my inbox. I'm in the inbox setting, and you have all of your courses listed right here. Unfortunately, it does kind of shorten it up, and when you're teaching multiple sections, that makes it a little bit harder to read. But you can see all the different sections, and you can see classes that maybe you've had hidden. So the ones that you see here populated are the ones that you've starred to keep on your dashboard. Under more courses, you get all of the other ones as well. You can even go back and see concluded classes or classes from prior semesters. And then if you're in a group, like committee work, you can, and your committee has a Canvas shell, you can see that there. So if you want to go into a particular class, I'll go into this one, for example. You could go in, and if I had emails back and forth from students in my template, you'd be able to see that there. You can check your inbox, sent, archived. So it looks like a traditional email inbox, but remember, this is just from Canvas, people in Canvas to Canvas, so you're generally not going to be using this for faculty to faculty unless you're on a committee together and you've changed those notifications. But to email, and I always show students how to do this, you just click on the little pencil. You're in your shell, or you can change it from one to another one. You go into the address book, teachers, teaching assistants, and then it will say students. So you can choose who that is. If it's for a student, for example, they can choose all teachers, and it will only really map to that particular teacher there. And then you could say subject, work for week 1, and then you can write your email here. If you had multiple recipients, it would look like you were sending it individually instead of a group if you chose this. If you just leave it this way, it will show everybody's name who it went to in the email. You can write your email in here. You can record audio, video content, and you can attach files. So this is a good opportunity. If your students were using this feature, they can absolutely send you drafts of work if you've approved that, and questions, they can embed links and all of that. So this does function in tandem with your Nova email, but just remember to map it to your Nova email. And it's really good one-stop shop for students because they don't have to go into their email and try to figure out what your email address is. You're already preloaded in here. So you're preloaded in, and if they chose the right settings under navigation, not only are you going to get it if you've chosen those settings, but so will they. So in your email, once it maps into your email, there will be a link that tells you that it comes directly from the source. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so now I've opened up my NVCC email, and here's the email that I sent myself as a test. You can see that it said where it came from, that I just sent a message in Canvas. Okay, so you've got some options to manage that information. It's a notification that it came through Canvas and Structure, right? Homework for week 1 was what I wrote in there. And then you can reply to this message in Canvas by replying directly to this email. So all we have to do, you can then click and take this into view and conversations too. So I'm going to just reply and write, okay, thank you. Let's see if this works. Okay, so you can see here that I got that email. I responded from my Nova email account, but it populated right back into Canvas. So that was just a me-to-me, but you can do that with your students, and your students can't email you back. So I recommend using this inbox feature. But again, just go to Account and Notifications and update those settings under Conversations just to make sure that everything that happens in this inbox gets pushed into your email. So students don't have to check both. They can only check one. Reach out if you have any questions.